Hey everybody, hi, it's Rob at Old Style Classics Baseball Cards, and coming at you today here, it's January 9th, 2024. It is a Tuesday, and still got some of these Golden Ages here, so probably open a pack or two, and that Allen Ginter, and then we got another eBay, so finally got an eBay in the mail today. I did those 3 videos in the middle of the night last night, opening some of this up, and didn't go into work today. Helped take care of my wife, and probably will take off today too, because she's got to get some prescriptions and stuff like that after talking to the doctor later this morning. So anyways, went to the store yesterday because I really haven't been shopping in over a month. Oh boy, I went to Walmart to buy groceries and spent like almost $400. Oh boy, but at least we got some food in the house now for a while. That's good. And I had to buy medicine and stuff like that, so that adds up. That's pretty expensive. Anywho, but I think I need to go get her prescription today, so I'll be calling in again. Yeah, I got a little bit of a runny nose still. You can hear my voice, so bear with me, folks. So, anywho, I was moving this little lap desk that I have over here on the side of the chair to put this on my lap and put the laptop over here off to my left. And I had 2 boxes of those cards, and one of them slid right off the side, right onto the floor, right before doing this video. So I dropped about 50 cards on the floor or more. So I was playing 52 card pickup there. A dag nabbit. But that's okay. All the good ones were in the top loader. So anyway, so also brought the binder over here with the ladies in it, and so perhaps if we get anything else in here, might want to show that off. But yesterday, one of the big hits that we picked up here was that Xander Bogaerts Clearly Authentic. So that's sweet. That is an orange, numbered to 5. So you can see it's clear, see-through card. So 86 Topps design. Red Sox. That might be a little tough for Red Sox fans, 86, but still, last year you guys went to the World Series. But there you go. So we actually got a winner yesterday. Finally got a win. It's been a while since we got a win out of one of these. No offense to my boy Freddie Galvez, but this is the one we pulled out of Signature Series the day before. And yep, beautiful card, beautiful signature, but not much to write home about. Drew Waters, you know, who knows? Although this was a good one. Justin Fields out of that Goodwin Champions box. And this made me super happy, pulling this out of that Golden Age. The Bad News Bears Engelberg actor autograph. And just for the boys really quick, this is obviously a winner. And that's a winner. Dylan Carlson. Recently out of one of those Leafs we pulled, Luis Matos on a holiday pack. Autograph Olga Nagoda. Sky Clark. This is more recent. Max Christie on the Lakers, and this chick, Ryan Howard. Alright, so those are recent bigger cards. So let's get to it, folks. Oh yeah, so as I was saying, anyone interested in doing any kind of trades or interested in these cards, let me know, because one, I'm Andre Dawson collector, Danica Patrick, But Allen Ginter's is kind of what I'm looking for, in like these or these. But I'm really looking for the Allen Ginter Mini in this Archive Signature Series, or the 2006 Allen Ginter's design for Clearly Authentic. And that's super sweet. So set these aside really quick. Justin Fields, pretty nice one to have. Alright, let's get to eBay, huh? So got another one of these little foxes on there. So that came from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, so I've probably ordered from them before. Dennis, thank you. Alright, this is going to be a PC card. It's going to be another one of his PC cards. Alrighty, folks. So, you know, I love MSA. Michael Schenkner and Associates. Oddball cards from the 70s, 80s, and 90s, maybe early 2000s. And I don't know whatever happened to them. And one of my favorite sets that I used to actually go out and buy at the gas station was the little cans of beef jerky snuff. So it was like shredded beef jerky that you would act like it was dip. But they would put these baseball cards and football cards, and I actually have a couple of the original little plastic cases or tins or whatever, you know. They look like a can of dip. And I still have a few that have the advertising on it for these card giveaways. And I know I have the other one, and I know I needed to get this one, so there we go. Boom. King B. So King B beef jerky. I don't think they're around anymore. And they did this for, I want to say, about 12 years, or 10 to 12 or something, you know, probably, let's just say 10 to 15 years. But I believe they started in 1988. And I believe this one's like 2000 and, well, let's find out. And this might not be MSA. This might have been 2001. So I don't know. Maybe they changed their logo or design, or were bought up by some other company, because I think Pacific did it for a while. Yeah, or Score. So this might not be during the MSA years, but it does say SA with the star. So maybe that's like an evolution of their design or something like that. So you don't, you know, obviously there's no licensing on that, except for the Players Association, I imagine. But that's League Legends, Andre Dawson, 2001. And I don't know if they did any more sets. I think maybe they went up to 2003. And I believe Andre Dawson was in 2 of them. So like 1988, the first one, and then the Legends one. So they usually just did modern players at the time. So you can see that's 11 of 18. Andre Dawson outfield, League Legends. Birthday, you know, Rookie of the Year, NL MVP, you know, Gold Glove 8 times. Batting average, hits 2,774, 438 home runs, and just that star SA. SA, Vato, what's up? Alright. So I don't believe I ever had this one in my collection. I do have the original 1988, so I guess I should have grabbed my Dawson folder binder. And I love the disc cards. You know, it's like it started off, well, let's just say discs started off with Colgan Discs in 1900s, 1909, 10, 11, around there, 1908. Then made a comeback in the 1970s with MSA, with those big MSA discs for like Isley's and Tasty Freeze and Holiday Inn. And then they went on to like Burger Chef and all kinds of different products. And Flair even did a set in the early 2000s, like 2001 or 2003. And those ones look exactly like the MSA ones from the 70s, which are pretty cool cards. It's too bad it doesn't talk about why they did that, unless they were just copying them. And then, as most recently that I can think of, I mean, you'll get like little candy lid discs and stuff. Maybe there are some inserts more recent years, but they also did discs in like 2013, which is what this golden age is. The Cooperstown collection, they did a reimagining of the Colgan Discs, and those were pretty cool, but nothing like the size of the original Colgan Disc. So hold on a second. Alright, so as late as 2001 for this one here, and I believe that's where discs kind of started, right there, Colgan's Discs. I think this is a second year Colgan Disc, just based on the player and the team. So I think this is 1909 or 1910, but so it just goes to show you, you know, how little these Colgan Discs were back in the 1900s. They came in a little tin of bubble gum, or chewing gum, I should say. And these are small. These are always been small for discs, you know, because I think now the Colgan discs that came with Panini Cooperstown are this size. But obviously the discs from the 70s are about yay big, you know, so probably 3 times the size of that. So that's an interesting little progression on how time, you know, but they had to make them as cheap as possible to put them in products, just like I talked about with the Cracker Jack cards. They said like Cracker Jack toys needed to be like 1 cent. Like they would have to cost Cracker Jack 1 cent, you know, to be able to put a toy in their product to make it worthwhile. And I think maybe it was up to like 3 cents when they stopped doing toys. Like that's the most they could spend, was like 3 cents a toy. So if you figure, you know, this company had to be able to put these players on the card, pay them whatever, it was probably nothing much, print that, you know, get this printed, stamped and all that, put into its packaging, you know, because I think the can of gum was like a nickel. So you know this card had to be, you know, they probably had to make like 10 of these cards for a penny to make it worth their while. And they're super thin. I mean, a little thicker than newspaper stock. But these ones are pretty thin as well, but obviously not as thin as that. But there's my boy Andre Dawson, Hall of Famer 2010. So in 9 years from this point, he would have been in the Hall of Fame. And so that's a sweet one. I've been eyeballing this card for a long time, and for whatever reason I never pulled the trigger. I think because the 1988 one was so much cheaper, that I just got that, and people were always asking for like $5 for this one, and I'm not opposed to having them for $5. I just thought like $5 with the shipping and all that, I was like, I don't feel like paying $7 or $8 just for a disc, because these are probably really worth like $1 or $2. But it's been driving me nuts, and I had to have it. And why not get the kind of card that I like, which are these are some of my favorite kind of cards. I love this stuff, and maybe most people think that they're junk right now, and maybe have for the last 40 years, but when you look at the old vintage pre-war, obviously pre-war it was this kind of stuff, but vintage, when regular baseball cards started coming out, people kind of looked down on oddball food or product issue stuff, but now that stuff's shooting up in value, so it's just a matter of time before people start to realize that, hey, you know what, everyone can have a 1987 Topps Andre Dawson or a 1992 Dunross or a 99 Stadium Club, but not as many of these out there. I mean, I'm sure they made hundreds of thousands of these cards, but you know, most people kind of treated them like garbage, so it's cool. I dig it, and I personally prefer these over most of the regular cards. I love it though, but anything Andre Dawson I love, so well, that's sweet. There's Colgan Disc right there. I'm already 16 minutes in, so I'll probably wrap this video up. But since I'm showing you that, and I pulled out the Colgan Disc there, might as well show you my other pre-war stuff. So, came out around the same time as this Colgan Disc. A little baseball card evolution here. How antique that looks. Whoops, wrong one. And then you got the T206. Came out at the same time as the Colgan Disc. This definitely has a little older look to it, but these cards are basically the same age. Confectionery, food issue, tobacco issue, but both product issue, which everyone's decided on Oddball. Doesn't bother me. Oddball, I don't care. I always thought they were premium, but premiums, I guess, are sendaways. So Oddball, fine. A little easier to say than product issue, but that's how cards have started, because of these. There's an original Allen Ginter 1887 W.M. Muldoon wrestler, more like a Greco-Roman wrestler, and that, just like this, is a tobacco issue. So that's where your cards basically started from, mass production, enticing you to buy their cigarettes. Put that in there kind of as a pack stiffener. The Allen Ginters are super thick, really thick stock. These all are really thinner stock. Now this is not too bad, but that's super paper thin stock. These are pretty thin stock, but I think that just being round, it's just a more physics wise, it's just a more solid design, so you're not going to have the same issues like the rounding or creasing, you know, like in corners and stuff like that. It's just like, it's less likely to get bent up and all that in this form, and then it's just being round. Being an arch is like the strongest. It's like two arches, right, connected. Other than being a sphere, I don't think there's any design stronger than, let's say, a circle or an arch. So rectangles tend to get damaged a lot easier. And but anyways, card started, evolved, and even up to 20 years ago, like that. So there you go. There's my pre-war stuff. Other than these Ogdens, which come from England, which are in much better shape, because in England they didn't give you albums, I don't think, or encourage people to glue them into the back or into scrapbooks, which is what they did. tend to do here. That one's just managed to survive though, as flimsy as it is. I do have the one other one that I had picked up recently. I just have not put into a one touch yet. So I'll probably definitely keep the old stuff one touched. I'm probably planning on taking my mini framed non-autograph cards that I have in one touches and start top loading them instead, just because it takes up so much space. Alright everybody, so I'm not going to do a card opening or a pack opening in this video, that way we can get a shorter video in. So, cool dude, thank you once again, Dennis from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, for having this card, and for however long you've had it in your possession and collection, to now passing on to me, which I don't know, I would have been looking, if I knew he was in that set in 2001, I would have kept buying him until I found him, because I was still buying around then. I remember the gas station over there off of Coors Bypass over by Cottonwood Mall in Albuquerque, going in there in the middle of the night after coming home from the club or something, and buying these. So someday I'll do a whole episode on my King B discs, and I know they do have square proofs out there. I'd much rather have this because it was circulated. Yeah, I have to probably take it out, see if it smells like beef jerky still. I even have some of the little inserts that protected this from the actual beef jerky. The kind of little wax paper advertisement, so that's gonna be cool someday. So hey, gotta love discs, and someday these might be what these are now in 100 years, but this is gonna be like 100 years older than that. So anyway, your boy Rob at Old Style Classics Baseball Cards. Thanks for watching.